We're next going to prove formula 4. Formula 4 is the compound angle rule of cos A minus B has to equal cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So that's what we're going to have to prove. We're going to start off with a unit circle, or sorry, a circle, not a unit circle actually, yeah. So a unit circle means the radius is worth 1. So we're going to start off with the unit circle, and we're going to have two different angles, and there's going to be a triangle, okay? And then we're going to have our cross thread here, like so. This being the x-axis and the y-axis, okay? So, once we have that done, looking at doing next, guys, is radiuses are 1. You happy enough with that? Now, what I'm going to call the first angle is B. The second angle is A. Is everybody happy with that? Yeah. Now, or cos theta or sin theta. So, what would this point be then? Can anybody tell me what point would this be? This point here? Anybody?
Cos B.
Yeah, 1 cos B, 1 sin B. So just cos B, sin B. Okay. And what about this? What about this point here? Cos A sin A. Now, the condensed way of remembering this is there's two ways, okay? So the way I have this memorized off is I have the diagram memorized, and I have two things memorized after that. The two things I have memorized after that is a distance formula, and then I have a cosine rule. They're the two things I had memorized back in the day. I don't learn the full thing off by heart. It's impossible, okay? Or it takes way too much effort. Now, distance formula. Start off with the distance formula, okay? So we're going to call this. We can pick any two letters you want that we haven't already used. Pick two letters. We'll go PQ, okay? This is the length PQ. I want to find the distance of PQ. The distance of PQ, therefore, is the square root. And it doesn't matter which one's x1, y1, x2, y2. The bottom line is you're going to get the distance of them, okay? So it's going to be cos A minus cos B squared plus sin A minus sin B squared. Okay? Square it out. You're going to get PQ equals the square root of cos squared A. That's going to be minus 2 cos A cos B, isn't it? Does everybody know where I got that from?
Yeah.
Cos A minus cos B. So it's going to be minus cos A cos B minus another cos A cos B, which give me minus 2 cos A cos B. Then it's going to be plus cos squared B. Okay. Now the problem is with this one is I'm sort of running out of space here, and the other thing is it's quite long. Okay, so what you're gonna realise next is that the sine squared follows the same pattern, because there's no difference between this one here and this one here apart from cos being interchanged with sine. So the next one's going to be the same deal. It's going to be plus sine squared A minus 2 sin A sin B plus sine squared B. Stay where you are for a minute, lads, okay? Now, see cos squared A plus sine squared A? 1. See cos squared B plus sine squared B? 1. That's going to make the whole thing like this. It's going to make it 2 minus 2 cos A cos B minus another 2 sin A sin B. I'm going to square PQ, And by squaring this, I can now get rid of the square root sign. And that's what I'm left with. I've only done phase 1. Phase 1 was just the distance formula. Okay? So all that is done. Okay? And we'll be up here. Okay? I'll just get rid of that part there. Now, so that part is done. Next part I have to move on to is the sine rule. So I'm going to prove PQ. I'm going to find the value for PQ using the sine rule as well. Or sorry, the cosine rule. So remember, PQ is from here to here. What is the angle opposite PQ, lads? Angle opposite PQ is going to be A minus B. Everybody see that? Angle A minus angle B. So if you will, it's a bit like that's A minus B there. That's my point Q, that's my point P. This is 1 and this one here is also 1. I'm going to use the sine rule, or sorry, the cosine rule. Cosine rule is this here. Now, A is going to be PQ squared. So it's going to be PQ squared equals 1 squared, yeah, you're right. 1 squared plus 1 squared, which would be 2, minus 2 times 1 times 1 cos, anybody? A minus B. Then what you're going to notice is it's going to be 2 minus 2 cos A minus B. I have two formulas for P plus Q squared now. I have this formula here that I've just created less than about 10 seconds ago, and I have this formula here. These formulas have to be equal to each other. So by putting the two formulas in the boxes equal to, you're going to get 2 minus 2 cos A cos B minus 2 sine A sine B equals 2 minus 2 cos A minus B. Okay, so what happens is 2's will cancel. I'm going to multiply both sides by minus a half. Is that right? Both sides get multiplied by minus a half. When you multiply that by minus a half, you're going to get cos A cos B. Multiply this one by minus a half, and then multiply this one by minus a half, and you've proved your initial equation right there. Okay, so that one